Well, hi everybody that's attending. This is Dr. Katy Nelson. I am so happy that you were able to join us and take some time out of your day on this busy Friday. I hope you guys are having a little bit calmer day than I am here, but if not, then we'll just get this rolling so that you can get back to it. So you should be seeing a picture of me with a little Boston Terrier here. I am an associate veterinarian at the Belhaven Animal Medical Center in Alexandria, Virginia. I have been a veterinarian for 15 years. I'm a graduate of Louisiana State University, and go Tigers. But I also host I'm the host and executive producer of the Pet Show with Dr. Katy, which is a television show on Washington, D.C.'s News Channel 8. I also am a reporter for WJLA ABC 7 News, as well as for WTOP News here in Washington, D.C. And I'm also the medical director for Stop Aging Now and of Biostem Logics, and I have a marketing company called Cajun Pet Marketing. And I've kind of been all over the place, especially in the past few weeks. Today's Show, Fox and Friends, Meredith Vieira. So I do a lot of media, both local and national, and I also am the on-air expert for Nat Geo Wild's Unlikely Animal Friends. So I do a bunch of stuff, but the thing that I'm most proud of is that I am a mom of two little kiddos that are 8 and 5, and I'm the wife to a really cool guy who I've been married to for 10 years. So that's the most important part about me, but the rest of it is all just the icing on the cake. You know, you're here today because you want to learn about Insect Shield, which is amazing. We will get to some of the down and dirty details about that. But, you know, some of the things that we can help you and your clients and customers be protected from are some of these nasty buggers that you're seeing here on the screen. So, you know, we think of fleas and we think of ticks as obviously being annoying and itchy, but we also have to realize that they do carry very deadly diseases. Fleas can carry tapeworms, but they also can carry the plague. They are just really atrocious creatures. And then ticks, I think we all know what they carry. Lyme disease is one of the worst ones that we know about, but there are a lot more than just Lyme. There's anaplasmosis, babesiosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. So ticks really are very, very deadly. And mosquitoes are potentially one of the biggest killers in the entire world if we think about malaria, Zika virus, and all the other things that we know them to carry, and especially for pets. We know that they are the major transmitter of heartworm disease in the United States. Flies, biting insects, all of these things, Insect Shield can help you and your customers and clients with these. So, you know, we just kind of went over some of these things, what these bugs can actually carry, and, you know, everything from mild skin irritation or dermatitis all the way to these really atrocious diseases that we mentioned are spread by mosquitoes, ticks, and all sorts of other bugs. And if you haven't seen a heart full of heartworms, that's what that is right there, right here on the right-hand side. And it, you know, being from Louisiana, I can tell you that this is really just one of the ugliest, nastiest diseases that you can see, and that is truly what a heart looks like. That's full of heartworms. So if you haven't seen that graphic, then, you know, welcome to my world. But this is what we're trying to prevent in our pets. So, you know, we talked about the diseases themselves, but what do these diseases actually cause? Well, everything from you know, the scratching and chewing and biting that we associate with being an itchy dog that's been bitten by a flea, all the way to much worse things like anemia, flea infestations. I have actually seen puppies die of flea infestations because they can actually bite them so much and suck so much blood out of them that they can actually become anemic and not be able to function. Skin abrasions can obviously be just really disgusting, everything from just, you know, weepy sores to pyoderma, which is basically like looks like pimples basically all over their skin, pus oozing out of these sores caused by a secondary bacterial infection from them scratching and licking themselves. And tapeworms, as we've mentioned, are carried by fleas. And if you haven't had the joy of seeing a tapeworm segment on your pet's bum, then you just really haven't lived. It looks basically like a living piece of rice that's moving around their rear end, and it is really disgusting, especially when the owners bring one in the palm of their hand. according to the Companion Animal Parasite Control Council, 3 out of 4 veterinary clients want to know about the risk of these vector-borne diseases, and they want to know about it for more than just their pet's sake, because a lot of these diseases can actually be zoonotic diseases, meaning that they can actually come from pets to us, and even if they don't come directly from pets to us, the vectors of them by the pets bringing them into our household, they can transmit to us. So disease transmission through insects is directly related to the exposure to them, and therefore preventive technology like Insect Shield can be your first line of defense to minimize exposure. Now, there is a vaccine for Lyme disease. It's not really that great, but it is out there, but there are not other vaccines for the other tick-borne diseases like babesiosis and anaplasmosis and ehrlichiosis and Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Why do I say Lyme disease vaccine is not that great? It's one that the AVMA has been debating it for many years as to whether it's one of our core vaccines, but because it actually requires the animal, for it to be effective, it requires the animal to be bitten by a tick. It's really not ideal because we don't want those ticks on our pets in the first place. Rather than treating the after effect, we'd rather prevent them from getting there in the first place. And, you know, topical flea and tick medications, we know, have really transformed the lives of our pets over the past few years. And, you know, they still have their challenges. We still have people who don't quite know exactly how to apply them. We have people that don't apply them frequently enough. We have people with lots of misconceptions about them. You know, we've seen these awesome commercials that say they are waterproof, and indeed they are waterproof if it's just straight water. But if there is soap involved, if there's chlorine involved, that can strip these products off of the pet's skin and leave them unprotected, even though our clients might think that they are protected. And dogs who are vaccinated and using these flea and tick preventions are still managing to get Lyme disease all over the United States. So 1 in 16 dogs has been documented positive for Lyme. Now, not all of those dogs are positive for Lyme disease, but they are positive for exposure to Lyme disease. So that means that there are so many ticks out there getting on our pets that 1 in 16 dogs is going to test positive for exposure to a Lyme disease infected tick. That's pretty big when you think about the number of dogs that are in the United States. So ehrlichiosis is another one of these tick-borne diseases. 1 in 38 dogs will test positive for that. Anaplasmosis, 1 in 26 dogs will test positive for that. So this just really goes to show you how serious of a concern this is and how widespread these diseases are. We used to think of Lyme disease as sort of a Northeast disease. We think of Lyme, Connecticut, but it has now been diagnosed in all 48 of the lower states. Heartworm disease used to be thought of as a southern disease, but especially since Katrina, when we took a lot of these dogs from the south and moved them all over the country to get them adopted out, we were finding heartworm disease in all areas of the country now as well. So, you know, my clients, when they come in, they're asking me for advice on how to prevent these diseases that are spread by pets, and you know, a lot of our clients are wanting to do the healthiest, most natural thing, you know, trying not to bring more chemicals into their home and all of that. And so I have officially made Insect Shield for Pets part of my arsenal. I'm trying to give my clients a full home protection against these bugs and against these diseases for their pets. So it is an absolutely revolutionary defense in the battle against bugs. It's effective, it's odorless, it's built-in protection that does not have to go on your pet's skin or into their GI tract, and it protects against all of these insects that can carry these diseases from West Nile to Lyme, heartworm, and Zika. And it is long-lasting, and by the way, it's pretty cute too if you look at that little dog, what he's wearing there. It's an add-on technology, I think is the best way for me to put it, to clothing or other gear that provides long-lasting, effective insect protection to pets and the people that they live with. So this was, I think we'll get into the next slide about how it was developed, but this is a technology that treats this gear. and it protects against all of these bugs that we've just mentioned. It is permethrin is the actual product that's used, but it is treated on these fabrics, and it is so tightly adhered and tightly bonded to these fabrics that it's basically bonded as tightly as the color is. So it's not like if you rub an insect shield product, you're going to get permethrin on your hands. It is so tightly bonded that you're not going to do that. It's built-in protection. So it was originally developed years ago for protecting the United States military from bugs as they're being deployed all over the world. And Insect Shield has treated millions of U.S. military uniforms from the Marines and West Point and all of these guys in an effort to protect them from the insects and the diseases that they carry. And so, you know, it's part of all of the Army and Marine Corps uniforms that you see out there, and it's really helping to protect our soldiers all around the world from these nasty diseases that they are being exposed to. So, you know, we thought, well, if it's good enough for our soldiers, who we obviously revere more than anything, why can't we use this to protect our pets as well? It's also used to protect children around the world. You know, again, we talked about malaria being one of the biggest killers in the world. This product is safe enough that it can actually be used in baby onesies, in blankets that are distributed by organizations, international relief organizations all over the world, like World Vision and Medical Teams International. So this product is put into here to help protect these children from all of these terrible diseases that they're being exposed to in the environments that they live in. And it is clinically tested. It is proven to be highly effective. So University of North Carolina's School of Public Health, the employees from the Wetlands and Permitting Unit were chosen to do this study due to the high level of tick bites that they were exposed to. And you know, what they found was that the group wearing the Insect Shield treated clothing had 99% fewer tick attachments during working hours than a control group wearing just their regular clothes. So 99% of ticks were not allowed to attach to these folks. That's huge and life-changing for them. So what insects does it repel? Flies, and especially the biting kind. Those are the ones that we're the most skeeved out by, obviously. Mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. It has been proven to, and actually registered by the EPA to protect against all of these. And the EPA requires extensive testing to prove effectiveness on these products, and many of the species and varieties of these insects that have been tested are the ones that carry the dangerous diseases like Zika and malaria and Lyme disease. So the ones that we worry the most about, those are the ones that this protects our pets and our people from. So again, you know, what are the advantages to this? And it's that it is built in. So you don't have to do anything extra. You can put one of these cute little t-shirts on, or you can put this in your car, or you can have it treated in your dog's bed, and it's already there. You don't have to worry about it. It is invisible, it's durable, it's very convenient. And again, they're comfortable, they're cute, they're easy to care for, and it lasts a long time. And so not only are you protecting your family, you're also protecting the four-legged member of your family as well. So how long does it last? It's been proven to last minimum through 25 launderings. So if you think about your little dog's, you know, t-shirt or neck gaiter or dog bed, I mean, I know for a fact I don't wash it every single time I take it off of my dog, and you're probably not going to do that with just a little t-shirt or mesh tank that you're putting on your dog either. So this has been proven to last at least 25 launderings, probably more, which is the expected lifetime of each of the products. And, you know, just washing at home with your regular gear, with your regular detergents and things like that, you can bleach them if you need to, you can press them if you need to. They don't recommend dry cleaning because the dry cleaning can potentially strip it from the product, but just, you know, washing it at home, it shows that it is perfectly effective through 25 washes, and if you can see here on this, it's still effective after 70 washes as well. So it is really an incredibly long-lasting product. And, you know, the benefits of this versus other sorts of insect protection. So this puts it near the pet's skin rather than on it. And I think that that's something that a lot of our clients are looking for. And the repellency is so long lasting that you don't ever have to reapply it, which is one of the things that we see the most with our clients is the lack of compliance. You know, we sell them this big box of Advantix that's got 6 doses in it, but then 12 months later they've still got 4 doses left or 3 doses left. It means that they're not applying it as frequently as they should. Now, are we saying that you should stop using your flea and tick prevention? Absolutely no. This is one of the things that you can have in your arsenal to give complete protection to your pets. And in case your dog has jumped in the pool or has gotten filthy and you've had to give them a bath, this is a great way for our clients to continue to protect their pets without having to worry about the reapplication of these products or worry about the efficacy of these other products, because it's giving them just that extra bump. It's giving them that extra protection to what they're already doing. And it can be an effective standalone insect defense, absolutely. But when you combine it with the traditional topical preventives that we've been using for years, it can truly increase the efficacy of those products and give complete protection to your pets that way. And can it be used around cats? This is a question that we get quite frequently because permethrin for years, we've had major concerns about permethrin. It's been in a lot of products, and especially me being an emergency room veterinarian for many years, I've seen cats coming in that have been exposed to permethrin. It's gotten on their skin, gotten absorbed into their skin, and it can cause some pretty serious issues. But with Insect Shield, it is absolutely okay to use this around cats because of how tightly bonded the permethrin is to the fabric. It is not going to come off of the fabric and get onto the cat and cause the side effects that we've seen traditionally with the products that actually come into direct contact with the pets. So it is absolutely okay to have your dog bed, your treated dog bed, Insect Shield treated dog bed, in the home, and it's absolutely okay if the cat lays on it. It's absolutely okay if the kids lay on it. My kids, for some reason, love my dog's beds. I guess just, you know, cute little bed on the floor that's nicely colored. They like to lay on that. It's absolutely okay for your cats as well as your children to lay on those beds. It's not going to cause any issues. You know, we've got a lot of people, it's not just me saying this, we've got a lot of really, really smart people, smarter than me by far, that are working with Insect Shield on this. Dr. Thomas Mather is, I believe his nickname is the Tick Guy, and he is a professor at the University of Rhode Island and has an amazing program going on there studying the disastrous effects of Lyme disease and tick-borne illnesses throughout the U.S. and the world. Dr. Steve Meshnick, who is from the University of North Carolina, Joseph Conlon, who is a tech advisor for the American Mosquito Control Association. So there are a lot of people out there that are really touting the benefits of using this in your home. And, you know, we show this little cute little Boston here, and he's in his little mesh tank. There are so many products in the line that you really truly can get complete protection for your pets. So if you're taking them out for a hike, you know, having a little mesh tank on them along with a gaiter, bringing them back into the car and, you know, putting them on your treated car liner, bringing them home into the home with your treated dog bed. All of these are just added benefits that we can provide our clients and our customers to provide complete protection within the home. And, you know, again, it's not only protecting the 4-legged family members, but by proxy, it's protecting the 2-legged family members as well. We'll go to our webinar here and see if we've got some questions. With the problems with bed bugs, can this be used to get rid of them? I would turn that over to someone in the Insect Shield department. Can someone from there chime in on this? I don't know the answer to that about bed bugs. That's a great question, though.
I can answer that question. So right now, bed bugs are not that are treated by the Insect Shield product. Bed bugs typically have to be heated up to a certain level of temperature in order to destroy a bed bug. So the Insect Shield technology, that permethrin, would not stop those bed bugs. So it is not one of the bugs that it stops.
Does this work if the clothing gets wet? Yes, absolutely it does. Again, it is so tightly bonded to the fabric that it's not going to come off of there. And even if you were to wash it, it's been shown effective, 100% effective to 25 washes. We have a question about, can cats wear the bandana or the gaiter? They can. If they're going outside, they can. People, there actually is an entire line of clothing for people from Insect Shield. So you can actually learn more about that by going to the Insect Shield website, but they have an entire line of clothing for people as well as for children. So, I mean, it's not going to hurt us to wear the bandana, but they have some really amazingly cool stuff made specifically for people. What is the level of protection with a bandana versus a t-shirt? So the more fabric you have, the better. So, you know, there is a bit of an aura around it that will help to protect them, something like, you know, from a gaiter, but the more fabric you have, the better. So if you've got a big dog having one of the t-shirts or the mesh tanks on them, the most fabric that you have is going to be the best. To the Insect Shield folks, what are the best sellers that you guys are seeing?
So the best sellers so far have been the t-shirt, the gaiter, the bandana, the blanket, and the reversible bed. So those so far are our very best sellers.
We have a question also about, does it deter lice? Insect Shield.
Lice is also not one of the bugs that are listed in the protection.
Okay.
I do see that Janine actually just joined us too. Janine, if there's a difference in that, please jump on in and let me know. But as far as we know, lice are not one of the protected insects.
That's correct. I'm here. Lice is not one of the EPA registered. It, you know, anecdotally it will help, but we can't claim it because it wasn't tested by the EPA.
Simon asked how comfortable for the dogs to wear it during the summer months. The little mesh tanks are not going to add any additional, you know, heat trapping ability, because, you know, it's literally just it's got a little strip of fabric on the top and some mesh on the side. So it really is very, very breathable. Now, I mean, if you've got, you know, a dog that already has heat issues or something along those lines, then, you know, you're going to want to limit their contact to the outdoors regardless of what they have on them. But they are very, very breathable, and they're very soft and stretchy and comfy as well. To protect against ticks, is it better to double protect? Darlene, I'm assuming by double protection you're asking about with having like a topical flea and tick prevention on there as well. Again, I think that this is one of the things that we have in our arsenal. I would, as you know, as a veterinarian, would never ever advise my clients to stop using their topical flea and tick preventions because of a t-shirt. I would never advise that. We want them to have as much protection as possible. Kevin, is it safe for a dog to use Insect Shield if they already have a topical on? Yeah, the answer is yes, because it's not. It is not becoming bonded to their skin. It is just. It's, you know, it stays on the fabric, so it's not getting on the pet. It's staying on the fabric.
And Dr. Katy, one other point on that with using the double protection is the Insect Shield products actually repel the insects, and many of the topicals don't. So you're actually repelling those insects. You know, it's one thing for that mosquito to come and bite your dog or that tick to bite your dog. When you have a topical on, it will definitely kill, but ours actually are repelling those so that they don't want to actually even attach to the dog. So that's why the added protection is great.
Yeah, absolutely, and that way, you know, your topicals can even almost act as a backup plan. You know, like if we've got a huge dog with just a gaiter on, and there happens to be a tick that gets on back near his back foot, you know, we might not have protection from our gaiter at that point, but it can definitely help to repel those. But if they do happen to slip past it, then we've got our protection. How long does it last on the clothes? Well, again, it's going to last the lifetime of the product. You know, it's been shown to be 100% effective at over 25 washes, but it's shown to still be effective at over 70 washes. Angie Cox asked, can this be around cold-blooded animals? So we're talking like lizards and tortoises and snakes, I'm assuming. I don't know the answer to that. Janine, do we have any insight on that?
Well, I think the key is that the repellency is bound so tightly to the fabric fibers that it can't come off. So I would imagine it would be fine for cold-blooded animals. We have not done testing on reptiles.
How about durability during biting and chewing? When you disrupt the integrity of the fabric, are we seeing anything? I mean, I would think not because of the way it's bound, but Janine, I'll let you answer that one as well.
Nope. We've had no indications of issues because we understand dogs chew, especially puppies. And so there's been no health ramifications accordingly.
Is there an expiration date after opening to use?
No expiration date. In fact, we've done shelf tests with Insect Shield where they've been on a, not used, but on a shelf for, decades, and there's been no degradation of the repellency. So, nope.
How about sand flies? Do we have any proof against sand flies?
Sand flies are on our approved list of bugs repelled via the EPA.
Excellent. What happens if cats or dogs chew or eat these products?
Same thing that would happen if they chew or ate any other product. It would go right through them.
Hopefully, either that or they're coming to me. Is there any smell to the fabric? Absolutely not. Nope, it just smells exactly like your fabric or your detergent that you've used to wash it. Do you wash them separately? Julie, no, you can actually just wash them right along with the rest of your clothes. It's not going to come off onto anything. Are the T-shirts pre-shrunk? You mean for the dogs? They're that stretchy material. Like it's that if you've felt any of the, it's almost like running gear. It's kind of the stretchy type of material like running gear is. So they don't necessarily need to be pre-shrunk, but I can pose that question to the Insect Shield folks. Are they pre-shrunk?
I don't believe they're pre-shrunk, no.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same apparel that we typically sell, a little bit, with making sure the materials are very high quality, and then it's treated. So it would be the same exact sizing that you would find in one of our other tees or hoodies.
John says, are fleas a problem in the fall? I can definitely answer that. Are fleas a problem in the fall? That's really going to be depending on where you live. I can tell you that here in Northern Virginia, the Washington, D.C. area, they absolutely are. So, I tell my clients to keep their flea and tick prevention on their pets year-round. So I try not to encourage my clients ever to discontinue their flea and tick prevention. The question about the dryer, can these products go in the dryer?
They can go in the dryer just fine. They are not to be dry cleaned. That will remove the active ingredient. But normal home laundering is just fine.
Any protection against ants?
Yes. Ants are on the... So.
And does the packaging have a lot of this information that we've discussed?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. And also, there's the reason there's a die cut in each of the packages. Consumer can smell the product, feel the product. They'll see that there's no scent and no feeling. The only thing that they will feel is the fabric.
Recently in the news, they mentioned a tick that has moved into other states from Texas. Does it carry a different strain of virus? I'm not sure which tick that would be, but generally ticks can carry Rocky Mountain spotted fever, anaplasmosis, babesiosis, Lyme disease, all sorts of different things. So I'm not sure which exactly tick you are referring to, Rick, but they carry all sorts of god-awful things. So I don't know if it carries a different strain of the virus or not, but I can tell you if it's a tick, it probably carries something atrocious. There we go. Dr. Katy, thanks for all your help today. You're very welcome. Really helped me make my decision about Insect Shield. Well, of course, absolutely. And you guys feel free to reach out after this, too, if you have any further questions. And, we can definitely get those answered. I can tell you that, after having worked with these folks here at Insect Shield for a little while now, I really have come to love this product. And I think that it's something that all of us can use in various ways to just help our clients and help our customers to just have that added layer of protection. We're all trying to do the very best thing for our pets. We're trying to do the very best thing for our families. And I think a product like this just really kind of gives us that next step up as far as protection. And I'm really excited about the possibilities of all of these products and what they can do to help just, again, give that added layer of protection to our pets. So thank you so much to everybody for joining us today.